All right, let's jump right in.
Okay.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of Algorand.
Algorand.
Yeah, exactly. Algro, as the crypto folks call it.
Cool.
We've got a whole bunch of sources we're going to look at today.
Okay, what have we got?
So we've got this YouTube video that's all about, Algorand making people rich. Sounds pretty good, right?
Sounds promising, at least.
And then we've got some stuff straight from the source.
Official website.
Yeah, the Algorand website. We'll see what they have to say.
Makes sense.
And then just to ground things a bit, we've got some real-time market data.
Oh, nice.
From crypto.com, CoinGecko.
Okay.
Our mission today, though, it's not just about, will Algor go up or down?
Right.
We want to really understand what this thing is, why it matters, is the hype justified,
Dig deeper.
And the funny thing is, our sources today, they don't all agree on Algo's future.
Oh, interesting.
It's going to be fun to unpack that.
I love that, those contrasting perspectives.
Me too.
They really highlight what's important.
Yeah, totally. So, okay, let's start with that YouTube video, the one that's like, Algo holders about to get rich.
Catchy title.
Yeah, it really grabs you.
Definitely attention grabbing.
And they just jump right into these predictions.
Like what?
Like new all-time highs in 2025.
Oh, wow.
Talking about 129% increase from where the price is today.
Bold.
They even hint at a possible 280% surge.
Huge, if true.
I mean, those numbers definitely got my attention.
Yeah, I can see why that's a compelling story.
But, we got to be realistic too, right?
Absolutely. Got to separate the hype from the reality.
And that's where checking the current market data comes in.
What's it looking like right now?
So both CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, they have ALGO sitting at about 34 cents, which is like a far cry from its all-time high, which was...
What was the high again?
$3.56 back in June 2019.
Oof. Yeah. Quite a difference.
Pretty big gap, right?
It really emphasizes the need to look beyond just those surface level predictions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we got to understand what Algorand actually, strengths, weaknesses, how it's being used. Super important for anyone who wants to make smart decisions.
And that's a perfect segue because both the Algorand Foundation's website and CoinMarketCap, they make it clear.
What do they say?
Algorand is not just a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
It's like this whole blockchain platform.
Like a foundation.
Yeah, like a foundation you can build on for all sorts of things.
Got it.
It's kind of like a decentralized operating system.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
For a world that needs secure, transparent, efficient transactions.
Yeah, exactly.
More and more these days.
Exactly. So it's not just about, having the Aldo coin.
It's bigger than that.
It's about the platform.
It's got a purpose. Cool.
And they really emphasize...
What are the big selling points?
Speed, efficiency, low fees, strong security.
Okay.
Especially compared to, how congested some blockchains get.
Right.
So those features, they seem pretty appealing.
Yeah, they do, especially for things like DeFi, NFTs, even those complex supply chain systems. It really shows the potential. Yeah. In all sorts of areas.
So Algorand is a platform.
It's not just a coin.
Got some interesting features. Yeah. But I'm curious, how does it actually work?
The tech stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so here's where we get into pure proof of stake.
Okay.
Or PPOS for short.
PPOS, got it.
That's the consensus mechanism.
Okay.
Keeping everything running smoothly and securely.
And our YouTube friend.
Yeah, what'd they say?
They talk about PPOS. They think it could give altcoins.
Oh, interesting.
Like ALGO an advantage as Bitcoin maybe loses some of its power.
Okay, I see where they're going.
But I got to be honest, I'm still a little fuzzy on how this PPOS actually works.
It's a bit complicated.
Yeah.
But imagine it like this.
Okay.
Anyone who holds ALGO, they can help secure the network.
Okay.
And verify transactions.
Got it.
The more ALGO you have, the more likely you are to be chosen to, propose and vote on new blocks.
Okay, so kind of like
It's like a digital democracy.
Oh, I like that.
Right, where your vote depends on how much you've invested.
Your stake.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's different from, say, Bitcoin's proof of work, which uses tons of energy.
Right.
Needs all that special hardware.
Yeah.
Just to agree on things.
So it's like...
With PPOS, it's not about brute force.
Okay.
It's about participation based on your stake.
I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
And that seems more sustainable.
Definitely.
Potentially more democratic.
For sure.
But for someone holding ALGO, what does it actually mean?
Good question.
Like, do you just help secure the network?
Well, there's that, but there's more.
Oh.
There are benefits to holding ALGO.
Okay.
The Algorand Foundation just announced.
Yeah.
They're introducing staking rewards.
Staking rewards? What's that?
So just by holding ALGO, you can earn more coins.
Oh, that's cool.
Like interest on a savings account.
Right.
But instead of dollars,
yeah,
it's your ALGO that's growing.
That seems like a pretty good incentive.
It is. It encourages people to hold on to their ALGO.
Yeah.
Could lead to more stability and value for the network overall.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, our YouTube friend, they did bring up something.
What was that?
That made me think.
Okay.
They mentioned that Algorand's Google Trends score is pretty low.
What does that mean?
Meaning not that many people are searching for it compared to other cryptos, so maybe it's not as well known yet.
Right. Could be a sign that it hasn't grabbed the public's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely something to consider.
But couldn't that also mean?
What do you mean?
That it's like untapped potential.
Oh, interesting.
Like maybe it's a good time to get in.
Before everyone else.
Before it blows up, yeah.
It's like finding a hidden gem.
Exactly.
That's one way to look at it, yeah.
It all depends on your perspective.
It does.
And how much risk you're comfortable with.
For sure. Some people might see that low score as a warning sign.
Right.
Others, they might see it as an opportunity.
Yeah, totally.
It really just depends.
While that YouTube video was all about Google Trends, I was looking at the Algorand Foundation website, and they were highlighting all these real-world partnerships.
Oh, cool.
Like they're working with companies like Lofty.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're fractionalizing real estate.
Oh, right. Makes it easier for people to invest.
Exactly.
Cool.
And Folks Finance, they're doing DeFi stuff.
Interesting.
So it seems like Algorand is more than just a theory. It's actually being used.
That's important.
Yeah, out there in the real world.
It is. It's one thing to have cool tech.
Right.
But it's another to see it actually working.
Exactly.
Being used by companies integrated into systems, those partnerships.
Yeah.
They suggest that Algorand is gaining some traction in areas that could really drive growth.
Exactly.
And value.
And speaking of growth,
yeah,
the Algorand Foundation, they're celebrating their 5th anniversary this year.
Oh, wow, already.
Yeah, and they're boasting about
what?
Over 2 billion transactions.
Wow, that's a lot.
On the network so far.
That's impressive.
Pretty big milestone.
It is, especially for a platform that's relatively young.
Yeah.
But, you know,
what?
We got to put that into context.
Yeah, good point.
Compare it to other blockchains to really understand how it's doing.
Yeah, how it stacks up.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot.
We have.
From the hype to the tech to real world application. Right.
It's clear that Algorand, it's got a lot going for it. But there's also
uncertainty.
Yeah, and potential risk.
As with any new tech, right?
Exactly.
It's important to remember that. It's really interesting to see Algorand finding its niche.
Yeah.
Especially in those areas you mentioned, like supply chain management.
Right.
And data security. Seems like they're focusing on specific sectors where blockchain can really make a difference.
You know, before we move on, I want to dig a little deeper into a couple more of those real-world applications.
Yeah, the ones from the website?
Yeah, from the Algorand Foundation website.
Okay.
One that really caught my eye.
Which one?
Was LabTrace.
LabTrace. I don't think I've heard of them.
They're using Algorand.
Oh, okay.
To authenticate and verify.
What kind of data?
Medical data.
Medical data, wow.
Yeah, it seems like
a big deal.
Yeah, with all the misinformation out there.
That's a huge problem.
Yeah.
This could be a game changer.
Absolutely. Securing medical data.
Yeah.
Making sure it's accurate. That's super important.
Imagine clinical trials, research data, patient records.
Right.
All immutably stored.
Can't be tampered with.
Right. On the blockchain.
That level of transparency.
Yeah.
And trust, it could totally revolutionize healthcare.
It makes you realize
what?
Blockchain is not just about finance.
Right.
It's about authenticity, security of data.
Across the board.
Yeah, in all sorts of industries.
And it seems like Algorand, they're trying to be a leader in this space.
And another example
what else?
That caught my attention was WholeChain.
WholeChain, okay.
They're using Algorand for supply chain traceability.
Oh, interesting.
Like end to end.
So you can track products.
Yeah, from the beginning to the consumer.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Imagine combating counterfeiting, promoting ethical sourcing.
Huge implications.
Giving businesses and consumers that transparency that's often missing.
I see what you mean. It's a really good use case.
It's interesting how Algorand is targeting these niches.
Yeah, these specific areas.
It seems like a strategic move.
Yeah, focus on where blockchain can
show its value.
Yeah, offer a clear advantage.
Could give them an edge over more general platforms.
It's a wise strategy.
It is. By proving themselves in these sectors, they can really demonstrate the value of their tech.
Exactly. And hopefully lead to wider adoption.
That's the goal.
But, it's worth thinking about.
About what?
How this focus on niches might affect their
growth.
Yeah, their overall growth.
Could it limit their reach?
Right.
Or will it attract a really dedicated user base?
That's the question.
It's a good one. It highlights the importance of looking at both sides of the coin.
Speaking of coins.
Let's go back to that YouTube video.
All right.
Remember how the host mentioned?
What about it?
That ALGO's price?
Yeah.
It's down about 90%.
From its all-time high.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drop.
It is, and investors need to be aware of that.
Yeah, but the video also pointed out that it could be an opportunity.
Oh, right. The buy low, sell high idea.
If you believe in Algorand's long-term vision.
Yeah, if you think they'll succeed.
Getting in at a fraction of the previous high.
Could be a good move.
Could be strategic investment.
It all comes down to your risk tolerance.
Right.
And your investment time frame.
Some people might see that price history.
Yeah.
And run for the hills.
Makes sense.
Others might see it as a chance to get in early.
Before it takes off.
Exactly.
It's a classic dilemma.
And it all comes back to separating hype from reality.
Always important.
We've seen the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But we need to balance that with
a clear assessment of the risks. Cryptocurrency is exciting, but it's not without its dangers.
One thing that really stuck with me.
In the video.
Yeah, was the discussion of...
What was it?
Bitcoin dominance.
Oh, yeah. How much of the market Bitcoin controlled.
And how that could affect altcoins like ALGO.
Right. The whole altcoin versus Bitcoin thing.
They even showed
what did they show?
A chart of the Bitcoin dominance index, which tracks Bitcoin's share.
Of the total market cap.
Exactly. And it's been declining.
Suggesting that.
Bitcoin's grip might be loosening.
Interesting.
Yeah. They even hinted at a potential breakdown. Of the index, which could mean...
What could it mean?
A big shift towards altcoins.
Wow.
Which could mean...
More money flowing into altcoins.
Yeah, driving up their value.
That would be good for ALGO holders.
That would be.
But got to be cautious.
Always. The market's volatile.
Yeah.
Past performance doesn't guarantee future results.
Right, so the potential for an altcoin surge, it's exciting, but it's just one piece of the puzzle.
We need to look at the bigger picture.
The whole picture.
Algorand's development, real-world adoption, competition from other platforms.
It's all connected.
It's not enough to just...
ride the hype.
Yeah, or speculate.
You need to understand the technology, the team behind it, the project's vision.
You're right. It's about making...
informed decision.
Based on solid information.
Not just gut feeling.
And that brings us to something else important about Algorand's.
Okay, what's that?
Their commitment to sustainability.
Oh, right. That's becoming more and more important.
Especially with all the concerns.
It's about the environment.
Yeah, the energy consumption of some blockchains.
Some of them use a ton of energy.
It's been a big issue.
And Algorand's PPOS.
Pure proof of stake.
Proof of stake, like it.
It sets them apart.
No need for energy-intensive mining.
Much more sustainable.
And they've been carbon neutral since 2021.
Shows they're serious about it.
Yeah, they're offsetting emissions.
Minimizing their impact.
It's a good trend.
In the tech industry.
Yeah, more and more companies are thinking about this.
It's encouraging to see a blockchain project prioritizing sustainability.
Right, alongside innovation.
Yeah, it's forward thinking.
They're not just focused on the tech itself.
They're thinking about the bigger picture.
It's about the future.
It also makes them appealing
to
investors and users who care about the environment.
Absolutely. Sustainability is a big factor for a lot of people these days.
So we've looked at where Algorand is now, its real-world use cases, how it works, and their focus on sustainability.
It's a pretty comprehensive picture.
I'm curious.
So what does the future hold?
The big question.
What's next for Algorand?
Well, the Algorand Foundation, they've got this roadmap for 2024.
Okay.
And it's pretty ambitious.
What are some of the highlights?
One thing that really stands out is their focus on self-reliance.
Self-reliance.
Yeah, like they want to make the platform more robust, more independent.
Oh, interesting.
Which I think is smart, especially with all the uncertainty.
About regulations and stuff.
Exactly. Like, who knows what's going to happen with crypto regulations?
That's a good move. Build something that can thrive no matter what.
Right. And they're really focusing on...
On what?
Developer tools and flexibility.
Okay.
Which makes sense if they want to be more independent.
Yeah, got to give developers the tools they need.
They specifically mentioned expanding support for different programming languages.
Okay, like what?
So right now they're using Python, but they're planning to add support for TypeScript too.
TypeScript, that's huge.
Yeah, it's super popular.
Especially for web development.
It's like they're saying, hey, developers, come build on Algorand.
Open the doors to a whole new group of people.
Exactly. More developers, more innovation.
I like it.
And speaking of the future, they're also talking about enhancing Algorand's post-quantum readiness.
Post-quantum? What does that even mean?
It's about preparing for the impact.
Of quantum computing?
Yeah, on cryptography.
Oh, wow. They're thinking way ahead.
Yeah, it's very forward-thinking.
So for people who don't know, why is quantum computing such a big deal for blockchain?
Well, blockchains rely on cryptography.
Right, to secure everything.
But quantum computers...
Yeah.
They're so powerful, they could potentially break the encryption.
That protects a lot of blockchains.
Including Bitcoin.
So Algorand is trying to stay ahead of the game.
Exactly. They're exploring new techniques.
That might be resistant to quantum attacks.
It's like future-proofing the network.
A smart move. Quantum computing is still early days.
Yeah.
But it has the potential to really shake things up.
It's a reminder that technology is constantly evolving.
Always changing.
You got to adapt and innovate.
Or get left behind.
And beyond the tech itself.
Right.
They're also focusing on
sustainability.
Yeah, we talked about their carbon neutral status.
And the energy efficiency of PPOS.
But it seems like sustainability is
a core part of their vision.
Yeah, it's not just a trend for them.
It's built into their DNA.
Which makes them attractive to people who care about the environment.
For sure. That's a growing group.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have, from the basics to the future.
We've looked at the tech, the use cases,
the potential, the risks,
and their commitment to sustainability.
It's a lot to take in.
It is, but hopefully our listeners, they feel like they have a better understanding
of what Algorand is all about.
Whether it's something they want to invest in.
Or just learn more about.
That's up to them.
We've given them the information.
The tools to make an informed decision.
And that's what matters.
The world of cryptocurrency.
It's constantly changing.
You gotta stay informed, stay curious.
Keep learning.
And that's what we're all about here.
Helping people understand this exciting new world.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning.
And stay curious.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Algorand.